Hey, let me share a story with you. I was at a point in my life in which I felt stuck. I've been investing for 2.5 years now, and I had 3 units in my portfolio. Now, by year 3, maybe about 6 months later, I ended up getting a 4 unit. So I was at 7 units. But I was at a point in which I realized I wasn't able to scale my rental portfolio like I wanted to because I had dreams of grandeur. Well, I wouldn't say dreams of grandeur. They were somewhat realistic goals, okay? My goal was to say goodbye to 9 to 5, to turn in my 2 weeks notice and say peace to the day job. However, the dilemma I was in was that I couldn't buy rental properties on repeat. Why? Because the funding sources I had available. What were those funding sources? Hey, I'm glad you asked. There were 2 things. I was relying solely on savings. I was scrimping and saving on a rainbow noodle diet. I was not going to the movies, doing Redbox. I was pretty much living a meager, miserly lifestyle. I was cheap. Cheapo Depot, that was my nickname, what people used to call me, right? And the reason being is because I was trying to save up as much capital as I can to go to a real estate. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. However, I want to challenge you by saying that you want to have more than one source of investment capital. Because if one of those sources run dry, like my savings, no worries. There's another source of capital you can tap into, okay? The other source that I had available was my retirement account. And as you guessed it, there's only so much you can pull out of it to the point that you can't borrow from it no more. And to the point that you tap that out too. And so if I tap out my savings and if I tap out my retirement account, it may take me, who knows, 12 to 18 months to save up enough money towards a down payment on another rental. So that's where I was at with the 4 unit I just closed on. 7 units at this point, where I had 7 units, I just closed on this 4 unit. And again, all my savings went to that 4 unit. So I was back at ground zero. So I ended up going to this networking event. One of my mentors was there, and he asked me to come up to the group and just share the good, the bad, the ugly, the numbers about, how was the process, anything happened that was great. So that way I can get the consultation that I needed, and others that were there that were newbies can live vicariously through me about what to do, what not to do once they're ready to invest. Similar to this YouTube channel, right? You're able to learn vicariously through me, right? What to do, what not to do. So that way, when you're ready to get started, you'll be in a better position than I was when I first got started. So I was presenting to the group, and my mentor asked me, okay, well, how many rentals do you need to quit your 9 to 5? So I had 7 units by year 3, and my goal was to quit my 9 to 5 by year 4. So I had 12 months or less to say goodbye to the 9 to 5. And I needed an additional 10 units. And he said, 10 units? Bro, that's easy. If you get a 10 unit cash flowing $200 per unit, that's $2,000 per month. That's the extra $2,000 per month you need to say goodbye to 9 to 5. And I thought about it for a moment. I said, man, 10 units? Really, 10 units in 12 months? Don't you know it took me 3 years to get 7? And you're telling me I can get 10 units in 12 months? And then the thought hit me. You know what? If 2 or 3 agree together as touching, anything they ask will be given to them. So I said, hey, the least I can do is agree with him. Why does he have more faith and more confidence in my ability than I do? So I immediately agree with him. And once I left that meetup, I went home, and it was around my birthday as well. A few weeks passed by. It was around my birthday. And my mother, she ended up mailing me a gift. It was a book. Here it is right here. It's probably inverted, so you can't read it. But it's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I read that book, I consumed it, and actually applied everything he said. Now, this is the funny thing. I actually tried renting the book myself years prior from the library. And when I rented it, I realized that, a lot of stuff don't make sense. I just don't understand this guy. So I'm gonna turn this book back in. I didn't entertain it one bit. I might have read the first few pages or the first chapter and turned that book back into the library. I wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. that's just basically where I was at, you know, like the old saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher would appear. So at that point in time, I wasn't ready for the teacher. Similar to you, right? You might be hearing me speak and you might not be ready for me, but maybe you might come across one of my videos or articles or any other resource we have online, maybe days, weeks, months down the line, maybe even years down the line, and you're like, wow, it makes sense. You know what? I'm ready. But if you are ready, I highly recommend take action. Don't delay. So I took action. I read the book, and trust me, when he said do certain things that I thought was silly, that was hokey pokey, mysterious, and didn't make logical sense, I thought to myself, what do I have to lose? If he said, you know, let's say it's true that he interviewed over 500 successful people and he boiled down the key things they did to become successful, and if there's other people like celebrities who read the book as well, well-known celebrities nowadays who read the book and they got success, what do I have to lose? So I actually read the book, did everything he said, and in a short matter of time, within 12 months, not only did I get those 10 units I needed, I actually got 23. So I had 30 rental units at 30 years old and said goodbye to the 9 to 5. So I didn't meet my goal to quit my day job in the next 12 months. Not in 12 months, but by my next birthday, I was, I think maybe 6 months late, but it was well worth the wait. Now, what was that one thing besides the book that helped catapult me to be able to get 23 rental units in 12 months? Well, the one thing was a change in my strategy. For one, I focused mainly on my rental strategy and my funding strategy. So once I made a minor tweak in my rental strategy and in my funding strategy, then I was able to buy multiple properties on repeat. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how you can do more of what I did so it can work for you, you know, if you are that student who's ready for the teacher, then by all means, make sure you check the link below to learn more. All right, guys, and make sure you leave a like or comment, share, subscribe if you're down for it. If not, it's all good. Maybe you're not ready, but maybe one day you will be. But until then, as always, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.